What's up, everybody, and welcome to another exciting edition of the Slam Sessions live stream right here on YouTube. I'm your host, Albert Albanese, and again, I have to get better at telling people when I'm going to do these things to expect people to actually come and join me. But besides that, how is everybody? How was your Sunday? I hope you guys are all doing well. Hey, Degenerate, what's up, man? How are you? Um, so the reason I'm actually doing this was, and especially because of how abrupt it was, is just that this is a discussion I actually wanted to have for a while, but never really had the opportunity to kind of piece it into where I wanted to do everything. But now that it's become prevalent again, I kind of wanted to talk about it. Deonna Purrazzo, the virtuosa, is hey Vinny, how are you? Um, Deonna Purrazzo tweeted recently that she got mad at a fan who wouldn't stop heckling her by screaming out her boyfriend's name throughout her entire match when she was performing in NXT. For those of you who aren't aware, Deonna Purrazzo is dating Marty Scurll, the villain, who is currently wrestling for New Japan Pro Wrestling. So she went on a big Twitter, not a big Twitter tirade, but just, she felt that it's disrespectful that when she's plying her craft in the ring, people are screaming out things about her boyfriend at her. And that sparked a bit of a debate between a person who is well-known person. Hey, TJ, what's up? How are you, man? It's a well-known person throughout the internet wrestling world, Brian Zane, and a few other people on social media. TJ, the rant, it's I don't know if it's going to be a rant, but depending upon what everybody else's opinions are, it might be. But we are talking Cody, man, what's going on? To catch you guys up, thank you for the likes, by the way, really appreciate it. To catch you guys up, Deonna Purrazzo was, getting angry at certain people for yelling out her boyfriend, and my trying to throw out Marty Scurll's name throughout her match. And she went on a big Twitter thing, and Brian Zane commented on it, and it led to a lot of people getting angry, and a few pretty butthurt people starting calling people names and stuff like that, specifically Brian Zane and the stuff that I read. And I thought to myself, man, this is a perfect opportunity to have this conversation. So here are the two sides of the equation. You have one, the performer who's in the ring plying their craft, who, hey, Tim, what's up? Thank you, TJ. I agree too. She does have a point because here she is in the ring plying her craft, doing what she's being paid to do. What's up, Harry? And she's trying to put together the best, most entertaining match for everybody. And you have these people in the crowd that are just, over and over chanting, the villain, Marty Scurll. Like, yeah, Cody, I'm a huge fan of Twitter when it's used the right way. And she got a little mad, and she must have said something to put him in his place, and I hope she did, because I hope she did, because at this point, that's distracting. And it's not just distracting for Deonna Purrazzo, who's trying to work, and she's not having people organically, talk about her matches. It's distracting for the other people that are, watching the match, because these people are just shouting out random things because they happen to know who she's dating. And there was a bunch of people who were on Twitter, and they actually brought up a great point. They're like, how often do we hear, people screaming out Chelsea Green's name throughout Zack Ryder's matches? How many times do we hear, Britt Baker's name being screamed during Adam Cole's matches? But during any Britt Baker match, all they're going to hear is baby, because she's dating Adam Cole. Tim, let's see. Performers in the ring must be respected, and fans should be paying attention to the match, not trying to get themselves over. Thank you, Tim. Yeah, TJ. Yeah, Harry, did you rack attack somebody? Was it the first one or the 2.0? And I'm glad that it seems like most people actually agree here, because the other defense was that, hey, I bought a ticket to this show, I can say and do whatever I want. And I'm not going to lie, I hate that narrative. I hate that narrative so much. I understand. Oh, damn. I hope Harry didn't say that. It's intense. I understand the ideology about going to a show and enjoying yourself. I'm even open to the idea that people are going to cheer and boo who they like and who they dislike, whether or not it's storyline or cool not to. Admittedly, I do the same thing. As a matter of fact, when I went to NXT TakeOver 4 Brooklyn, I think I cheered for everybody. Did someone say that the Bellas suck? Because they do, but that's just my opinion. Oh boy, Cody, you're gonna have some heat with Harry over that comment. But Nikki Bella actually had to deal with that. Like during her matches, there was a lot of people who were, chanting about John Cena. AJ Lee got the CM Punk chants over and over again during the end of her run in WWE. And this is not fair to the performers in the ring. And like I said, this doesn't just happen to every superstar. It happens to seemingly every female superstar if they're dating somebody within the industry. And Deanna put up a tweet talking about how she had worked for, chanting Rusev, Taker, Cena in the Women's Royal Rumble. Exactly, Harry. And Deanna put up the point that she's been wrestling for a long time, way before she met her boyfriend within the wrestling industry. I believe 4 years. And she had a name for herself way before she was Marty Scurll's girlfriend. Hey, Double A, what's going on? So, damn, that did not taste good. Oof. I'm not drinking out of that one. I have to get a new one. Real fans buy tickets for pro wrestling matches. Anyone who disrupts the show should be kicked out. I agree, Tim. I really do. It was funny after, I think, the Raw after WrestleMania in New York, where the crowd took over. And for that one night, it was a cool narrative. The crowd doing to Deanna what they did to AJ, Natalya, etc. Yes, exactly. Xbox One, Cody. I'm actually. It shows that they're giving a reaction, so they'll keep doing it to get noticed. And I agree too. Cody, just to let you know, right now on my TV screen, my pause screen is. I'm in the middle of trying to finish Kingdom Hearts 3. So I'm an Xbox One guy. So there are a lot of people out there who seem to think that it's okay and it's forgivable to basically go to a show and do whatever they want. And I don't agree with that. I think that these performers, Harry got into a fight at school. Harry, I hope everything's okay. I hope you're okay. I got into 11 fights in junior high school, so I hope you're doing good. It's never a fun thing. I'll be back in 2 seconds. I'm going to grab a water because that water was disgusting. All right. Uh-oh. So there we go. AJ, Natalya, the Bellas, McCool, Beth Phoenix, Deonna Purrazzo, many others. Yeah, agreed. These are a lot of women who are dating guys within the industry, but that doesn't define them as performers. Oh, that's so much better. Yeah, TJ, I was going to ask that too. Now I'm out of focus. There we go. So, that's, I don't know what your guys' opinions on that is. The idea of being able to go to a show and, chant whatever you want, because I'm not that guy. I remember the waves during the Randy Orton and Sheamus match. Yes. Yeah, that a lot of that happened. And that was, that was fun for that night, but then every crowd wanted to get themselves over, and not every crowd's New York. And I'm not just saying that because I'm from New York, and I'm not just saying that, to be funny. It's just kind of true. I gotta turn the light over here too. I'm not prepared today, guys. Here we go. I can see you guys a little bit better. So we're at a point here where if you're a wrestling fan, you attend a show because you want to attend a wrestling show, not because you want to get yourselves over. And I've heard a lot of people talk about how they actually attended a wrestling show specifically so they can spend money so they can cheer and boo certain people and take over the show. That's why they're spending money. I hate the WWE. I think it's terrible. In our defense, Cody, it was Orton versus Sheamus. Were they expecting us to do the unthinkable and care? Yeah, I mean, they had that match 5 billion times before that. And I do understand that point. Enzo is my inspiration. I think you need better heroes, Double A. So my thing is this. Where do you guys lie on the ideology that going to a wrestling show gives you your opinion? I do. I have a funny story about Zack Ryder in a little bit, Cody. If you give me a couple minutes, I want to just breach this topic first and get your opinions, and then I have a Zack Ryder story. So what do you guys feel is the case here? Modern fans are so rude and disrespectful these days. It's awful to see fans be so entitled. Yeah, I agree. And see, I'm glad that you guys are on the same side of the fence as I am, because I think we're getting to a point where wrestling fans all think that they know better than everybody else. It's cool that they know that Deonna Purrazzo is dating Marty Scurll, and let's let everybody else know it. Let's pay attention to the product in the ring and how she's putting on a good match, because she's a great worker and she deserves to be praised for the work she's doing in the ring. I like that. Hashtag make fans great again. But wrestling fans now just think that they're better than everyone else. And I just kind of get a little bit aggravated when I see these things. Like I see people on, these at these shows, and they're specifically trying to take the show over or not paying attention to things that are going on in the ring. And this didn't just happen recently. This has been a trend for a long time. Thank you, Double A. Thanks for stopping by. I did not see Ronda's new t-shirts. Did it just say that she was breaking kayfabe? I was at a show a few years ago at Barclay. This is the show where Daniel Bryan got chosen to be John Cena's opponent at SummerSlam, and there were a couple of annoying guys sitting behind myself and my friends, and they were all they did was shout out random stuff the entire time. They were chanting for random old school wrestlers in the middle of matches. There was a great match that night. It was Rob Van Dam versus Chris Jericho. It was a 3-segment match, not something you got to see on Raw too often at that point. And they tore the house out. And these guys were being annoying the entire time. And I guess they had come to a show previously before that, and they're like, "Oh, the crowd was so much cooler the last time." No, you douchebags. People are paying attention to what's going on in the ring. That's what you're supposed to be doing. Barry Horowitz. Let's see. Favorite and least favorite chants. Everything with John Cena versus RVD One Night Stand 2006. I was there, Cody Omega. Great night. I actually am on. If you watch that, the Sandman entrance, you can actually see me. You can actually see me during Sandman's entrance. I got doused with beer. I'm standing like right behind him when he gets up to the railing. So it was pretty awesome. Tim, you said, I blame WWE and other promotions for allowing this nonsense and need to keep fans who ban fans who act like this. I agree. TJ, as far as least favorite chants, what is the worst? You want to do it when Stone Cold's doing a promo? Great. But doing the what chant in between everything is the worst. Yeah, TJ, I was at One Night Stand in 2006. Such a great show. One of the best shows I've ever gone to. I'm a huge Rob Van Dam mark. Seeing him win the world title was a big deal for me. So, yeah, I don't like the "you can't wrestle" chants. Least favorite what or yes or no? I'll take the yes or the no chants a billion times over the what chants. The "you deserve it" chants made sense to certain points. Not for everybody. Not everybody deserves it. I hated the whole like the Miz won the tag titles and they're like, "You deserve it." It's the tag titles with Shane McMahon, bro. Come on. Let's get serious here. So yeah, that's where I stand on that. I think that fans need to go to shows, be respectful, show the performers in the ring respect. I watched One Night Stand 2005 recently. It was a decent show. Probably prefer 06 though. I think 2005 was the more quote unquote ECW show because there was really strictly just ECW guys wrestling each other. But the 2006 show just has a special place in my heart. If you do, TJ, if you go back and you do watch it, watch during the Sandman's entrance, you'll see me there. I mean, this was 2006. God, I probably don't look anything like this. You can see my sign during Ray's entrance at Cyber Sunday 2008. That's awesome, Harry. But yeah, that's how I feel about that. Before I head off, because I know this was kind of a quick thing, I'm gonna go eat dinner. So that's why I'm gonna head off in a few. Yeah. Nicholas, how could you forget, Cody? Um, so I don't know how many of you guys are listeners of the Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder Major Wrestling Figure podcast. I am a devout listener. I've been listening since day one. If you guys collect wrestling figures, you should be listening to it. If you guys collected wrestling figures, you should listen to it. If you guys are thinking about collecting wrestling figures, you should listen to it. It's informative. It's fun. It's a lot of knowledgeable content on there, and I happen to be a huge fan. And being a fan pays off sometimes because if you guys do follow me on Twitter, right before I started here, I actually got retweeted by them because they did a promotion like Bruce Pritchard and Eric Bischoff. Bischoff hasn't done it too often, but Bruce Pritchard does do it often where if you buy a t-shirt during a certain period of time, you get a phone call from them. So, Cody, I'm glad you guys are all fans. So I bought a Stomp in Paradise sleeveless shirt, which I wore last week on this show and on Dave's show last week as well. And I, for a little while, they said they were starting to make phone calls on Monday during the pod. They had seeming like it was like, seemingly like, almost like they were done. So I thought maybe they forgot about me, but they didn't. He's getting paid to do what he loves with his best friend, has a great girlfriend, gets to collect things that he loves. TJ, I love Zack Ryder. I love Hawkins too. Absolutely not. I will not endorse that, Harry. I am not because I support Hawkins and Ryder over everybody. Thank you, Tim. I really appreciate that. But yeah, so I was lucky enough to get a phone call from Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins today, and it was awesome. It was a 2-minute phone call. It wasn't anything crazy, but they did probably convince me to go to the Creative Pro show. Thank you for saying that, TJ. Thank you for telling Tim that he would enjoy it, and thank you for the thumbs up, guys. I appreciate it. The likes are awesome. I agree, Tim. So underrated as workers. Zack Ryder is Zach Rowe's least favorite Zach. So so it was awesome. They know that I am in close proximity to Long Island, so they try to really push the Creative Pro show, which I think I'm going to go to. So if any of you guys are in New York, live close to New York, you guys are thinking about going to their live show at the Creative Pro Arena, let me know and we'll meet up there. Favorite pay-per-view from 2007. Yeah, I guess the promoting did work. I'd have to think about my favorite pay-per-view from 2007. That's rough. I want to say the 2007 Royal Rumble was really good, but I don't know if it's my favorite. WrestleMania, Backlash, maybe Rumble. Yeah, I'm thinking Rumble too, honestly, degenerate. But yeah, so they talked to me about briefly they I guess because my name's Albert, they brought up Prince Albert, who I said, yeah, that's the guy who was the head trainer at the Performance Center. They were like, hey, you should come on down. And then they threatened me with a no, TJ Fritz, I do not. With a very unpleasant situation with a bone crunching action figure. So I think I'm going to go. So if you guys are going to go, please let me know so we can meet up there beforehand. We'll take a picture. We'll post it up on Twitter. We'll throw it in Dave's face that we got to meet, and you guys didn't get to meet. We didn't get to meet Dave because I'm going to ask Dave if he's going to come. He's probably going to tell me no because he doesn't collect wrestling figures, and I don't think he cares. But I'm going to ask him anyway. And I'm going to ask him live tomorrow, guys. When I'm on the live stream, I'm going to put him on the spot. Get Dave an HBK picture. I should. I think I'm going to, hopefully they said they're going to have 8x10s and stuff like that exclusively. So if I go, I'll do a whole show and I'll do a review about that whole show right here on the, so no Albert next. Then I'm going to think of a better name, TJ. I like it, but I don't love it. The Know It All Nation sounds so much better. I don't know. I think see, Tim, I agree. The Alberholics is better, Probably because yeah, but that's that. I think I like the Alberholics better. I don't know. I'm gonna work on something. We're gonna get it together. We're gonna work together and we're gonna do this. Don't worry. The Albert Bros. Shook Crew or a riot to watch. I've heard that. I've heard that. So yeah. So the whole thing with Hawkins Rider was really cool. I'm glad that I got the phone call. I'm glad that I got a chance to talk to them. That was awesome. I am gonna go. Also, guys, I'm going to WrestleMania Access. So if any of you guys, the Albert Club, I like that. The Albert Club's good. Too sweet. But yeah, if any of you guys go to Access or you go to the Major Wrestling Brothers show at Creative Pro Wrestling in Long Island, let me know and we'll meet up beforehand and we'll hang out and it should be a good time. But guys, I'm gonna sign off because I'm starving and it's Sunday and I'm not Irish. I like that. I should actually make that theme, Cody Omega. The Albanuts. That sounds oddly sexual. But thank you guys for watching. I know it's St. Patrick's Day, or yesterday was, or today is, whatever. But I'm Italian, so I'm gonna have spaghetti. But thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for supporting. Thank you guys for the thumbs up and the likes. I will see you guys tomorrow if you're live with on the Dave Knows Right live. But until then,